Thank you very much, Chair. Could I first of all thank Martin for presenting in, I think, great detail the problem that exists in North Belfast in relation to Girdwood. Whenever he's not marching, the Minister for Social Development, Nelson McCausland, purports to be the Minister for Housing. But the reality is this, that he's more the Minister against housing than the Minister for Housing. Because every time he talks to the Assembly, he says, we shouldn't be building any more family houses. There are far too many family houses. And yet, in his own constituency of North Belfast, there are at least 500 families in housing stress. How could anybody claim to be the Minister for Housing when he realises, where he should realise, that there is such housing need, and yet he ignores that housing need? Girdwood is 22 acres in the middle of North Belfast, inner city North Belfast. There isn't a blade of grass on it. It is empty. It's ready for development. And yet this minister, because of electoral and sectarian politics, refuses to develop Girdwood for housing. That's the reality of the situation. And that's the minister that we have in charge of housing. And in his own backyard, he refuses to build. That is not acceptable to the SDLP. It is not acceptable to reasonable people. And we must oppose that, and must oppose that vigorously. And we have committed ourselves, and will continue to commit ourselves. We did so, Margaret Ritchie, and with Alex Atwood, to develop this site for housing. Why? Is it some notion that the SDLP has? It's not. It is because we need housing in Girdwood. It's not some fanciful idea, it's not some fanciful notion that we have as a political party. And therefore we demand that the objective need for housing in Girdwood be fulfilled, and fulfilled by the Executive and the Department of Social Development. Nothing else will do. And we will continue the fight. We will continue the fight, Chairman, to have this site developed fully for housing, along with the other things that Martin has so eloquently described. The social dimension, to create an urban village in which people can live together. We don't commit ourselves to the sectarianisation of housing. Where neighbourhoods can be shared and where housing can be shared, we will support that, Chairman, and we will continue to support that. And our vision of an urban village on the Girdwood site, I believe, is the right one. And I ask for your support in doing that. Thank you very much.